The vibe, the energy.
You get out what you put in. You get out what you put in. Never gonna lose, never gonna win. Long as you're happy, you're always gonna grin.
Very,
you
very
get
exciting.
out what you put in. You get out what you put in. You get out what you put in. Oh, we're live. I got Caroline in the house. Oh my goodness, how are you?
I am amazing. It's so good to see you. How are things with you?
Oh, just rubbish. Can you believe who we've got in the show with us today?
I feel like we're in the company of celebrities everywhere.
I've just been to the local college. They do a skills day, all right, and all the children were sort of like asking questions about what I do and stuff like that. And one of the questions is, do you like what you do? Oh my goodness, I cannot explain how much I love what I do and how lucky I am to do it. And with people like you, and with two guests as well. Oh my goodness. So Caroline, you weren't on last week. What's going on with Accountex? How far away is it now?
Oh my goodness, 8 weeks away. It's countdown's on. We cannot wait. It's so exciting, and we've got so much to talk about. We've got the program is launching next week.
Oh God.
Is Ashley in?
Am I going to be speaking?
Gonna have to wait to find out next week's show, Ash. We're gonna have to tell you next week.
You're just winding me up. You're winding me up. This isn't fair. This isn't fair.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but there's so much exciting things going to come out in that program. We've got brand new themes for some of our theatres, which is very exciting. We're going to be having a practice owners theatre. We've got a theatre dedicated to future leaders, disruptive technologies, branding, and what we want to talk about today, very exciting. We have got a whole theatre dedicated just to bookkeepers. They've not had one solely for bookkeepers before, and it's such an important part of the community. So that is very, very exciting.
It's a huge part of the community, and it's not been that long that we've been welcoming them in to the show. And so what you're doing is absolutely incredible. And I did a post today, the difference between an accountant and bookkeeper, and the love on that post today is incredible. Let's bring in the ladies of the moment, because we cannot talk about bookkeepers without Zoe and Jo, can we? Come on.
Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon, ladies. Welcome. I'm with friends here. I'm not interviewing anybody. I'm with my mates. This is brilliant. For those of you that may not know Zoe and Jo, quick introduction, please, ladies.
Go for it, Zoe. Okay, I'm Zoe. I'm here with Jo, who might be either side of me. We never know when we're live. We run the Six Figure Bookkeeper. We have a community called the Six Figure Bookkeepers Club, which has got about 22,000 bookkeepers and accountants from around the world. And we host the Bookkeepers podcast. We help bookkeepers build businesses that are successful for them. We're on a mission to help families earn more and help their parents have better business skills. It's very exciting. We're on a very exciting journey. So, and Ashley supports us in our community. He helps our members with their sales skills, with their networking skills, with their confidence on LinkedIn. And yeah, just you've been such an amazing supporter of our community. So thank you, Ashley. We love you.
Bless you. I'll cry now. I love being part of your community because everybody in there, what I get from your community is they all want to help each other. They all want to help each other, and you've established this ambassador thing as well. And so I talked to one or two of them, and they go, "Oh yeah, so and so helps me with that, and so and so helps me with that." And that is incredible. And that's just what's so beautiful about the community, isn't it? Is everybody wants to help everybody else. They're not in it for themselves. They're not in it to make loads of money. They're in it to make sure that we all help each other get to where we want to be.
Yeah, we said the other day, we feel like we've got all these ladders and we're just trying to get everyone up that next rung of the ladder, and everyone that's higher than other people, they're pulling them up. And I heard an amazing story last week where there was a brand new bookkeeper in our community, and she didn't have any clients. And my mum is our member success coordinator. And she said, well, I know someone's looking for someone. And she put them two together. And the lady that just qualified said, but I don't know how to do it. So the person giving her the work said, I'll train you on it. I will show you how to do this. And I'm just like, it's above and beyond what people do. They genuinely, it's not for show. There's no other gain other than just like being lovely and seeing other people win. Yeah, we're so proud of everyone. They're amazing.
But isn't that, surely that's got something to do with the way that you guys are, though, because you give everything away. You know that we can ask you absolutely anything and you will tell us. And I think that, yeah, absolutely. We know.
Don't ask me too much, Ash, because I will tell you everything.
Not today, but you know, you've been there, done that, got the T-shirt. There's photos that I've seen of Zoe with one on the front, one on the back, your two kids. And you came to I think not sure it was Accountex or Xerocon with a baby in tow. You know,
I did. I brought my little wolf to Xerocon. Yeah. Remember you having a cuddle with him and his little baby. Do you know what I found that having young babies was really hard. I like mentally very difficult, and I needed to work. And you know, that sort of kept me busy and entertained. Like, I'm a busy person. I like to have a project all the time, and that was sort of how I wanted to experience my maternity leave, if you want to call it leave. So you know, this profession has helped me so much, and I've grown so much over the years that I've had children. That was sort of the reason I joined, and I think that happens for a lot of people who become bookkeepers or self-employed bookkeepers and accountants. They realize they need flexibility, but and I suppose partly because work doesn't work as much as we want to think. We live in this world where work is more flexible. You can work whatever hours as long as your work's done. There are still pressures that come with being employed, and there's also like a guilt that hangs around, however flexible your employer is, because so many people just care so much about their clients and making sure their employers are happy, and you know, we're people pleasers naturally. So I think that there's a big shift sort of still happening, and there is this massive movement for people to move into self-employment, but we don't get taught the business skills through our accountancy and bookkeeping qualifications. And Jo and I are here to say we didn't know everything either. We had to ask, beg, borrow, steal to get the support we needed. Let us give that back to you, because why would you go around trying to find it? However, if we can just say, look, this is how it works in this industry, we'll just share it. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely. Okay, so Caroline, what was your thinking about making bookkeepers a huge part of Accountex then? Because it's a game changer.
I mean, we've always loved bookkeepers, but we just want to elevate them as much as possible. They're a huge part of the community, and they do so much, like you've just explained. And the one thing we really recognise with bookkeepers is that they do tend to, on occasion, be working for themselves, working on their own. They don't necessarily have contacts or peers or a tribe, and they might feel a little bit overwhelmed at coming to a show like Accountex. You know, it's a big event, and they might feel a bit scared to go on their own. So we really want to make sure that they had a hub and an area that they could go to. So not only do we have the dedicated bookkeeping theatre that we work with ICB, we also have the original Bookkeepers Base Camp. We did it last year. We tried it out, sponsored by Xero. And it was, I mean, Jo and Zoe, you saw it. It was a huge success. So many people came along and they got to have a drink, have a chat, have a natter, get advice, network. There was so much. They could put their feet up, which is very important at a show like Accountex as well. There is so much that you can learn and gain from coming to events and being around like-minded people who might be a little bit further along in their journey of their practice, their business, and they could give that essential advice. So I would just encourage all the bookkeepers out there, come along to the show. There's so much to be heard. You can listen to Jo and Zoe give 2 incredible presentations at the show. And they're also going to be very kindly hosting some sort of drinks on the Bookkeepers Base Camp. And they're going to be there, and these absolute celebrities who we adore will be giving their advice and their help and their guidance to those that need it. So I can't wait. It's going to be incredible.
Awesome. So you've got a whole theatre just for bookkeepers.
Just for bookkeepers.
Excellent. So does that mean you're getting other bookkeepers up there talking as well?
Yeah, we've got some incredible speakers. We've got a lot of people will know the likes of Claire Bartlett, who is absolutely incredible. We've got Lara Manton, Emma Fox. We've got so many. We've got topics and sessions just like how to maximize the software you already have, how to get your bookkeeping practice ready for sale, how to implement your new pricing strategy. And I mean, these are just examples, and these are all going to be online next week. I literally cannot believe the caliber of speakers and sessions that we've got taking place at the show in May. It's just sensational. It's definitely the best bookkeeping program I've ever seen, and I could not be more proud of it.
Oh, fantastic. So Jo, I'm going to come to you next.
Yeah.
What are you most looking forward to about Accountex?
Do you know what? I was just thinking about this, and one thing that makes me so happy, because I remember a few years ago going to Accountex on my own. I mean, I've always been braver than, like, a bit more bolshy than most of our bookkeeping community. And I went on my own, and it was a sea of blue, and I felt like I didn't belong, if I'm honest. And I know I've spoken to Caroline about this, but last year when we turned up and Bookkeepers Base Camp had a fuchsia pink carpet, I was like, yes, we've arrived. We are here. And it just made me smile so much, especially as Zero were there with all their blue, but the pink carpet was amazing. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. We had the best time. We took a load of our books last year and we signed. We had like a book signing times and things like that. We literally felt like celebrities, which makes us laugh so much because completely out of our comfort zones. But I know there are going to be loads of bookkeepers coming. They're already talking about hotels and who's traveling where and who's sharing what apartment. And there'll be WhatsApp groups, and they'll be like, they are all so busy. But do you know what? Something lots of people don't know. A couple of years ago at Accountex, when it was an amazing event then. So it was 2 years ago. And you may know of a lady called Libby Walklett. She'd never been to an event before. And
Really?
She'd never been to an event. And I remember meeting her outside, and she had 2 other bookkeepers with her that had helped her get on tubes. They'd phoned her. They said, do this next tube, do this next train. And she turned up and she was, I've done it. I've got here. Now, if you know Libby now.
Yeah, I do.
So that was her first ever event. What can happen in a couple of years when you start getting out of your own way and come and join us? You just don't know what's possible. And I truly believe that events like this are a catalyst for so many people's success. So I'm so excited to see what happens from this.
Yeah, that's it. You never know what's going to happen next. And Libby is a great example of how we can change. We've all got these self-limiting beliefs. You and I, Zoe and Jo, we've had discussions about imposter syndrome, and it literally, we change, and it's just getting outside of that comfort zone. Zoe, what are you most looking forward to?
Oh, that's a great question. Do you know what?
You had a bit longer to think about it as well.
I was just reflecting on that. The getting out of our own way thing. It's like, you decide you're going to do it. You just, Libby decided that day, enough's enough. I want to go and be there there are people I know going. I want to go along. I want to hang out with these people. I'm going to get the support. I'm going to ask for help, which is something that's hard for so many of us to do, to admit that we might need a bit of help. And I think this is maybe the reason that the Six Figure Bookkeepers Club exists, is because we didn't feel we could ask for support before. And we want to make it really normal to know you don't know everything, and that's okay. So, I think that the opportunities and the inspiration you'll have from the day, from the sessions you choose to go to. And I think that this is one of the things, the agenda is going to be busy. If you're someone who is like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do, don't stress. You're not going to do it all. Pick 3 or 4 things you want to see and do that. Have coffee, chat with people. Like that's the best way to get the best out of the event. Just don't have really high expectations for yourself, because you'll be too tired and you won't enjoy the party at the end. So go and do the fun stuff, meet the people, get the CPD, but then take action after those sessions. Those things that have inspired you the most, go away and decide, right, what's the action I need to take off the back of this? Because I think the thing I'm excited about the most is how people change from what they learn at the event, the conversations they've had. Like the power of the people who are the next step above where you are now. If you go away and you take that and you make a change, your business might look completely different next year. So yeah.
Superb. Caroline. Zoe just said stress, lots of people and stuff like that. You've got something for that, haven't you?
We do. Absolutely. Excuse me. And before I get to that, I just have to say the first time I met Libby, who is one of my absolute all-time favorite people in the world, she'd obviously done Accountex, got a lot of confidence from that, because the first time I saw her, she was singing on stage at the PQ Awards. So she's just blows my mind. She's absolutely incredible. And she's a great advocate for the community. Yes, look. This is something that we're very, very passionate about, and it's something that I'm really excited to talk about, because the piece around overwhelm about going to these shows comes around a lot. And what we've decided to do, we're working with an incredible organization called Watch This Space, and we're going to have a quiet zone at the show. It's an area that's not going to be on the show floor. It's going to be an office off the show floor. And it's going to be a bit of a tranquil spot. It's not where you can go and have a quiet conversation and a quiet phone call or have a quiet meeting. It's for individuals to go and take 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is they need to decompress, recharge their batteries before they go back out, because we do understand and we do appreciate that it is overwhelming for so many people. So yeah, first time ever a quiet zone at Accountex. I'm really thrilled about it.
Yeah, I might like to say I might be talking to someone about that in the coming weeks on the Accountex TakeOver show.
I think you can. I think you absolutely can.
So Mo's coming to join me for a chat in a couple of weeks' time. So this is incredible. This opportunity here, chatting to different people. The guests we've got coming up are amazing. So yeah, thanks for the opportunity. So my question on LinkedIn today was, what's the difference between an accountant and a bookkeeper? Who wants to take that one first?
Well, do you know what? I'm an accountant originally, and also a bookkeeper now, and Jo's a bookkeeper. And what you might not know is that we became AAT members a couple of weeks ago as well. So we're like adding them all in. And do you know what? I think that our training has been different, because, you know, I've been through both sets of exams. The training is different, but I think that one-to-one with a client, the conversations can be the same. A lot of the time, it depends what kind of businesses you work with. You know, ACCA training taught me to do group consolidations internationally and, you know, with foreign currencies. You're probably not doing that day to day with your client, right? So, you know, really, as a day-to-day practice accountant or bookkeeper, not a huge difference, really. Would you agree, Jo?
Yeah, I mean, I run a bookkeeping firm that offered compliance. I was outsourcing the compliance, but basically what I like how I explain it is the bookkeeper deals with the day-to-day, can help with things like payroll, VAT, cash flow, day-to-day running of the business, and prepare a really good set of like figures so the accountant at the year end can do the corporation tax, the company accounts, you know, and do some tax planning and things like that. That in essence, but then there are bookkeepers that can do that too. There's very much, you know, a grey area. And I think exactly what Zoe said is about finding the right service provider for you, or a couple of people. I mean, I'm really passionate, and Zoe is too, about getting bookkeepers and accountants working together better and pulling on each other's skill sets. Like, let's have the aim of serving business owners better. Let's help everyone make more money, have more profit, and run better businesses. And sometimes someone's skill set is in the day-to-day and someone's at the year end, but also there are accountants that speak to their clients every month. Everyone's different. So yeah, that doesn't really help, because we've kind of said they're different but the same. But that is the issue that we have. And that's why in our community is full of accountants as well, because we are teaching business skills in running a practice, and the accountants haven't been taught that either at college. So we have a lot of accountants in our community. And I was talking about this this week, about the fact that when, as a bookkeeper, I think there's a mindset difference between the two, definitely. And so when in the past there used to be accountants clubs and things like that, I didn't feel like as a bookkeeper I could join. But accountants feel happy to join a bookkeepers club. So there's a mindset difference. And me and Zoe will be working on this forevermore until the end of time.
And this is why, Caroline, you've set up all this stuff for bookkeepers to come in. It's not exclusive. We're all the same. And I think that's a great answer, ladies, because you're doing the same fundamental thing at the end of the day, aren't you? And look, most small business owners set up in their shed. They're good at LinkedIn, and that's all they're good at. They haven't got a clue about the nitty gritty. So we do need somebody to help us. So yeah, what an absolutely fantastic answer. Absolutely love that. Your talks, Zoe and Jo, what are you guys talking about? You're talking separately, or do we always get you as a double act, like Ant and Dec?
We try and be a double act. We try and stand on the right side of each other so that you do know us as Jo and Zoe. We sign off Jo and Zoe. It's had to become a thing in our brands because we went away for a week. Last week, we were away on a skiing trip with a group of entrepreneurs, and people came up to us and they were like, which one are you? And we were like, we need to try and stand the right way round so they know. So that has been a journey. Our sessions are about pricing. So I think we're going to talk a lot about actually repricing conversations and like having confidence at selling your service at that pricing. And the other session is about getting the most out of the software you've already got. There's lots of big shiny object syndrome out there, and you know, you're going to Accountex where there are going to be vendors like crazy. And it's really tempting to be like, oh, what does that do? What does that do? And then we speak to bookkeepers and accountants who are very time poor, often running their businesses around their family, already have heaps on their plate. And then they're thinking, oh, but I think I need to change my software. And maybe I should have this. I've tried this. Or you'll hear people who've been on every free trial and they can't decide. And I think the truth is, you're not, there's probably nothing that fits the exact bill for everything you're looking for. Listen to people, see what they've got to say, and then make a decision. So we need to talk about how do you get the most from the tools that you've got. And spoiler alert, it's probably speak to your vendor, like speak to them and your account manager. How, you know, what am I not doing? What do I not know? Because they'll be able to help you, and they'll want to help you because you're paying them money every month.
Yeah, because the thing is, and I used to be that software vendor, and I used to work for Digita, and I'd get Iris people coming and saying, oh, we want this, this, and this, and I'd turn around and go, well, actually, you've already got it. It obviously did myself out of a sale, but people buy from people who they know, like, and trust. So when they do want software, they're going to come back. And at Accountex, how many software vendors are you going to have at Accountex, Caroline?
Oh, it's a big old show. We've got close to 300 exhibitors in total, and there's service providers and software vendors as well. But it's huge.
so I could decide on the Monday I want to set up as a bookkeeper. I could come to Accountex, visit every stand, and get the best of absolutely everything. Meet Zoe and Jo, and they'll help me learn and how to do that. There's AAT are going to be there, so I can go and get the qualifications. All the software's there. It's incredible. It's
everything
incredible.
There. It's the home of accounting.
And in a couple of years' time, we will be like Libby.
Singing on the stage.
Actually, he'll be on the stage anyway. Like, he's going to form a band while we're there or something.
Why not?
Oh, that's an idea.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep a band.
I still need to know whether or not I'm speaking.
Can't possibly say till next week, Ashley. Sorry.
But on that note, I'm actually doing a third session on how to prepare your bookkeeping business for SAL. So you can actually start as a bookkeeper, train as a bookkeeper, get your practice, and then get ready for your exit strategy. So, like, yeah, amazing. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to be joined by Johan Gorry, who bought my practice. And we've also got other people there as well. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it. So we've got other people joining us.
To be announced next week.
Yeah, okay. Everything's to be announced. Oh my goodness. I've got to watch what I'm saying. So this is the thing, Jo. You know, I'm a bookkeeper. I'm sort of like, oh, what do I do? And then I see you guys, so I join you. And I'm always looking at everybody at the top of the mountain and stuff like that. And, you know, oh my goodness, she sold her practice. She's going skiing. You know, how do I get like that? What's your advice for people, you know, one or two rungs up the ladder?
Oh my goodness. So that's such a great question. Do you know what? You think that your perception is always the Instagram highlight reel of everyone else's life, and no one knows what's going on behind the scenes. About a year ago, I actually shared my resilience story on stage of all the stuff that I had to do in the 20-year journey to start the practice that I finally sold 3.5 years later. So when you hear all of that, you're like, oh, now and this is the passion that me and Zoe have got, is to make that 20-year journey 6 months to a year. That's what we're teaching and helping. So you can look and think, wow, isn't she lucky? Or you can hear the whole story and think, Jesus, why is she still doing this? but now I've understood, I learned, and that's why we're so passionate about it. Yesterday we received an email from someone that said, I've consumed your podcast, I come to your boot camps, your free stuff. I bought the book. She bought the book. That was the investment she made. And she went, and I've taken action, double my turnover and double my profit in 11 months. Yay! And that's what we want. We genuinely want people to succeed, but also so do our ambassadors and so do the people in our community. So don't be looking and thinking everything's unreachable. It's not. You're going to get there so much quicker than I did. So much quicker.
Yeah, because there's people to help you.
Yeah.
And one of the things we talk about in the Success Lounge is comparisonitis. And what we've got to remember, you guys seem like overnight successes. Yeah. Zoe, I've probably known you 7 or 8 years, don't I?
Yeah, I came to an event that you were at once, and that was when we met.
That was ages and ages ago, and I've watched you, and you know,
and
you're not an overnight success, and it hasn't been easy. No, it
hasn't. But we forget that in the moment, and I think, you know, the saying is, isn't it? Comparison is the thief of joy. And you know, it's so easy, like Jo said, to look at Instagram and say, oh, they're doing so well, da da da. Actually, I think we could all be a bit more present in our own lives and like enjoy what's happening for us right now, rather than always thinking, right, oh, when I get here, I'll be able to celebrate and I'll be successful. Actually, right now you're successful. If you think about where you were 6 months ago, you've moved on. So as long as like we go to Accountex, we learn something, we go home and we take action, in 6 months' time, we're going to be better again. So use those people to pull you up and just like take the little learnings as they come, because you will get to where you want to be.
Oh, fantastic. What a great way to end the show. We could just sit here and chat all day. Now, you said something about drinks, Caroline. How do we go and get a drink with Zoe and Jo when we're at Accountex?
Well, first of all, you register. That's the most important thing. It's free to register. Go to our website, accountex.co.uk, and take time out of your day. I know that everyone's very busy and it's really hard to take a day out of the office, but I promise you, especially what Zoe just said, it's so worth it. There are things that you're going to be learning and putting into practice that will take you to that next level. So I really do encourage you to come along to the show. Identify where the Bookkeepers Base Camp is on the show floor. Check out the Bookkeepers Theatre as well, so that you can catch up with Jo and Zoe. And we'll be hosting a couple of drinks. It's well open to all bookkeepers, so do just come along. Should we let Ashley in, ladies? I'm not sure. We'll have a think about it. Maybe we'll think about it.
Oh, look, you want me to bring my guitar?
Entertainment. There you go. It's entertainment, and you can have a drink with Jo and Zoe as
well. Cool. Jo, Zoe, thank you so much for not just coming on the show, but for being a huge part of my life, being a huge part of all the other bookkeepers and accountants, you know, in this space, because you really are a shining example of where we can be. You guys inspire me. Yeah. So thank you. Who have we got on next week, Caroline?
Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can beat Jo and Zoe, but we're going to give it our best shot to at least kind of try and equal their amazingness. We've got a couple more industry legends. We've got tax expert Rebecca Bennyworth and the incredible Paul Applin. They're both presenting at the show on some incredible sessions around legislation and tax. And anyone who knows them, I'm sure Jo and Zoe know them very well, they are such seasoned professionals. What they don't know about anything to do with accountancy, bookkeeping, finance is just not worth knowing. And I'm so excited for next week's show as well. It's going to be another corker.
Yeah, and then the week after, we've got Dermot coming in, and he's going to reveal live on the show the April Curly Whirly chart. So
I'm so excited about that. I don't know if everyone knows about Dermot, but he does this LinkedIn, the sort of top LinkedIn
Zoe
influencers.
And Jo now.
Zoe and Jo.
Received a curly whirly though. Can you raise that with him, please?
I've never received it. No, we need to talk about where are the curly whirlies.
Right, we'll fix that.
We're on that. We need these curly whirlies.
We do, but he was great because, do you know what? I actually I messaged him and said, I don't want to be awkward, but you've got me down as an accountant. Can I be a bookkeeper? And so I'm the only bookkeeper on the list at the moment, and I'm championing others. Come on, get on the list.
Brilliant. Go for it.
So this is another thing that you're doing, Caroline. On the is it pronouns you're doing on for the first time?
Yeah, no, it's a really important subject matter, actually, and it's something that we're really proud to do. I don't really see it at many events, but we're giving everyone that registers the choice about whether they would or wouldn't like their pronouns on their badges. It's very important. It's something that we're really excited to champion, and we're looking forward to seeing people's feedback from the show when they see them.
8 weeks. 8 weeks. It is like waiting for Christmas, isn't it? I'm gonna have to get my advent calendar out.
Absolutely. More presents to be unwrapped next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies, thank you so much. This has been so much fun. I'm gonna get it all set up, and it'll be a podcast on Friday. I'm gonna listen to it over and over again. So thanks ever so much indeed. Thank you to all the amazing comments and lovely messages coming through as well. So thanks ever so much indeed. See you very soon.
See you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye now.
You get out what you put in, never gonna lose that.